Hello and welcome. It's Janet Beckers here with this week's episode of Romance Your Tribe Radio, and it's a total teaching one today, and I am hoping it's going to be one that is going to really revolutionize the way that you are measuring goals in your business and the way that you're setting them, and importantly, the way that you achieve them. It's a really, really simple tweak that I'm going to be sharing with you, but it can make a huge difference. So stick with me because I'm going to share with you what I was doing wrong, what a lot of people do wrong, and then what to be doing instead and the difference that it makes. It's really quite simple. So that's what I'll be sharing with you. Now, at the time that I record this, it's just a few weeks before the end of the year. The end of 2018. You know, only a few weeks before it's Christmas and New Year and all that craziness, and it's very likely that you're thinking, oh man, I've got so much stuff I wanted to get done and I haven't achieved the goals I wanted to do for this year, and now it's going to get busy and it's going to be, then it's going to be January and, I'm running out of time. So I'm also going to share with you a little bit of a reframe that will change this from being a time when you can feel quite overwhelmed to this actually being a really good opportunity. So I'll share with you the reframe that I use at this time of the year, and the reason I'm going to share that first before I share with you the different way of measuring and planning your goals is because what you can be doing now, this aha that you can be getting here with your reframe for December, you can be carrying over into your planning. So let's get stuck into it. Now, first of all, what is this reframe? Now, one of the things that I find is whenever you get into a period of time when there is a real pressure to get what seems a ridiculous amount of things done. Now, this is the time of the year when that's going to happen, because not only are you trying to finish all the goals that you set yourself to achieve this year, and you're aware that we're going into the silly season, so you may not get the attention of everybody that you want when it comes to sales, is you've also got this other pressure, haven't you? Like, this to-do list for Christmas presents and, who's coming to whose house, all that coordinating stuff. So it can get really, really overwhelming. So here is a reframe for you. Instead of thinking, I've got so much to do, I'm really, really overwhelmed, I'm never going to get it done, here is a reframe. I can't get all this done. So something's going to give. So I can only, in my business and in my personal life, do those things that are the absolute top priority. So in my business, what are the things that are absolute top priority? If I don't get anything else done, what is the thing that's going to make the most difference to my business? And everything else just has to go. Okay? And the same thing happens when you're working out around, the whole Christmas thing. What is the most important thing? Everything else doesn't have to get done. Now, for me, Christmas has not been stressful for years since we've taken this approach, and people still get presents, we still have a great time, but it's just, it's just calming. And the same thing when it comes to business at the end of this year. Now, the reason why I want to mention this reframe for you is this busy time can be a really great way for you to filter what things really do matter and what other things are making you feel busy or feel good, or you think you should be doing them, but are they actually going to be making a difference to the profitability of your business and how well your business gets results for your clients? The two really big things. So it acts as a really nice filter. So with this beautiful knowledge that you have now, this big sort of clarity about really what does matter and what is not as important, let's take that over into planning for next year. Now, this is something that I do in detail with my Rising Stars clients, for example. And also it's something, an outline and all the templates and the process to follow is in my Clear Time program. Now, I've got links for you here because I've actually just recently relaunched or made available this module. Normally it's only available to people doing my hiring programs, but it's actually available now. And so you can be going through that. So I've got the links there for you. So if you'd like to join the Clear Time program, It's really cost effective, and it's going to walk you through how to get these great results. So that's my little plug for the day, but that's how I can help you to actually take more action with this. So this is actually the time of the year to be planning the first quarter of next year. Don't try to wait until January, okay? Don't go, look, I'll worry about that once this whole craziness is over, because the reality is it won't happen for a week or so into January. Then you'll start planning. Things are not going to move along until the end of February. At the end of January, sorry. Let's not hope it's that long. You know, you could be losing a month, and that's just tell you from experience, it happens. That's what used to happen to me. So this is the time of the year to be planning out the first quarter. So what you want to be taking into that is, what are the things that are absolutely most important? Now, what I want to share with you is just a simple concept. I'm not going to go over here all the things that you do to be able to plan out a really effective 90-day productivity plan and a marketing plan, and how to do the year plan so that you get a life and get a holiday. And I'm not going to go into all of that detail on, you know, how do you break down what you're going to be doing and the productivity. That's all stuff I do in the Clear Time program. But what I am going to focus on here is the one thing that can make the huge difference to you next year. So whether or not you do any of these other things, this is what I want you to do. Now, when it comes to setting goals in your business, and we always work on the 90-day period, and we focus on the thing that's going to make the biggest difference. Very often what will happen is we will set ourselves goals. Now, they could be good, better, best goals, and I've got a link in the show notes here too. And what I mean by that, an article that I've got all on that. This is how the language that we use in the programs when I work with people is, when you're working out your goals, what is the main thing that you do? Is it may be, right, I'm going to get this many new clients. I'm going to have, I'm going to sell this many of this new program. I'm going to make this much revenue. And they are important goals to have. You need to have those things to mark, to be able to plan for, and to be able to, meet your financial commitments, and to be able to know, what, this is what the goalposts look like. They are really important things, those goals. But let's think about it. Those goals, they're results, aren't they? They're results of actions. And this is where most people go wrong. They may write the list of actions that need to happen, but when it comes to measuring and having very specific goals that are going to get you those results, this is where it is often missed. So if you're finding that you have in your plan, in just say your 90-day plan, I'm going to make this many new clients, this many sales, this much money. If that's all you've got in your goals section, it's very unlikely you're going to hit those results. So how do you hit those results? So let's look at the two main things that are really important for you in your business when it comes to growth, when it comes to revenue. There's lots of other things that are important, but we're just going to look at the two big ones. And that's going to be the number of leads, so the people who are subscribers, people who get to hear your message. So those people who are interested in what you do enough that they will then listen to what you've got to say to convert. So we've got leads. And then the other thing that we have is conversions. How many people that were interested in what you do actually purchased? So let's have a look at, okay, if we're going to be really focusing on conversions, well, just say that you do most of your conversions through telephone calls. You get people onto the phone and you talk about what they need, you tell them what you've got available, and it's a match made in heaven. So what you really need to be doing then is, all right, how many telephone calls do I need to make? How many people am I going to be speaking to every single week? And if I want to have that many people every single week, how many times do I have to have my message in front? How many people do I need to have that are inquiring, that are going to hear my message? So whatever your main way of getting people to convert, it might be getting them to turn up to a webinar. It might be getting them to see a sales page. It might be sending an inquiry to you through Facebook Messenger because you've been putting, you've been writing posts that talk about getting on the phone with you. Whatever the mechanism that you use, that's what you're going to measure. How many people turn up to your webinar? How many people do send you a message, which means how many posts are you going to do that mention that it's time to get on the phone with you? So bring it down to that level, because they're the kind of things that you can measure. How many phone calls did I do this week? Right, I only did half the amount that I need to do in order to hit my goals. Better ramp it up. So that's an example for conversions. If it comes, say, to building your list, getting more leads, if you've set yourself, I want to have, I don't know, an extra 1,000 people this month join my mailing list. Well, how many people have to actually see your opt-in offer? It may be twice as many if you get a 50% conversion, which is a really good one. It's what we get for most of ours. So it may need to be twice as many. Where are they coming from? All right, if you're doing Facebook ads, how many people do you need to click on your Facebook ad to be able to get those conversions? So, and how can you then work with your Facebook ads to increase that number? So that's what you need to be focusing on, okay? Is so you know, right, I didn't get the number of people going to that opt-in page, or whatever it is that you use for getting new subscribers. Then you know that, okay, this is what I need to be focusing on because I haven't achieved that goal. This can make, honestly, this will make a huge difference to you in your business. So some people may call them lead indicators. I like to call them the get shit done indicators. Like, did I get this stuff done? What did I have to do to make the result that I want happen? And okay, if I didn't get that done, if I didn't get the number on the phone, or I didn't get the number seeing my offer, what have I got to do? That then allows you to really work at much smaller intervals, like focus on a week here and then the next week and the next week, rather than that really big intimidating goal that sometimes can feel unattainable. Okay, so I'd love to hear from you. Is this something that you set your goals specifically around? And is it something that you measure? Or is this something that is where you're going, oh, I've actually been focusing on the big one and then I get frustrated that I haven't achieved them. Now I understand why. I'd really love to hear from you. This is just two of the things that are important for the growth of your business. I've just looked at, which is conversions and getting new leads. Of course, there are other things there as well that come to creating an absolute rocking business that gets results for your clients and creates the lifestyle that you want. So I'd love to hear from you. This is the time of the year to be able to really set that plan, at least for the next 3 months. So I'd love to hear from you. Have you been doing it? Have you been planning for next year? What's your big goals? Like, what is it that you have as your get shit done goals on your plan? I'd love to hear from you. So please share down below. If you would like some help doing this, there are links in the show notes for the Clear Time program, where I walk you step by step through doing all of this and more, so that you're actually working from a place of calm and flow to actually get these things achieved. So I've got that there for you. And if you would like to work with me a bit closer, let me know. Drop me an email, because I'm just now preparing for our launch next year for people to be able to join me in my Rising Stars and Accelerator program. So if you'd like to find out a bit more about working with me much, much closer, just drop me an email and hey, we can get on the phone. There you go. There's a measurement. All right. Can't wait to hear from you. I really do hope that this has helped you. And go get them, folks. Bye.